Hey everyone, welcome to this weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast for the week of November 1st to the 7th of 2021. All right, so this week we have a new moon around Thursday. And so as we do approach Thursday, it is good to end the current lunar month, let the energies die down, maybe do some releasing and some completing to gear up for these new beginnings going from Thursday onwards. It will be right in between Sidereal, Virgo, and Libra. So we'll be in many ways an ending to a lot of the improvement energy that we've been cultivating this past couple months really, and starting a new energy around Libra, which is about creating more balance in our life and also balance in our relationships as well. The new moon will be forming a T-square with the Saturn square Uranus we've had this year, so it could be a great month for setting intentions with building things in our life that speak to our true self and will give us more freedom. This has really been the theme of this year, and I think that'll be a nice step in the right direction to close out the year with. Now, the aspects this week are very much concentrated with Mercury. On Monday, Mercury will be trining Jupiter still from Sunday, so a bit of an expansive mind. Mercury rules our mind and communication. Jupiter tends to expand these things. But immediately into Tuesday, Mercury will be square Pluto, the deep planet of the underworld. So our minds will be going into the deeper dimensions of things, and good to communicate in this way as well. And Venus will transform, go over the galactic center into Sagittarius around Wednesday. So midweek, maybe feeling some transformations in some of our relationships, maybe a transformation of our values. And then the week closes off here around Saturday with Mercury sextile Venus, which makes just an opening for learning and some communication that can be both enjoyable. The learning can be enjoyable, the communication can be enjoyable. So a bit of an opening for that. All right, so let's go and take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. Alrighty, so here is the sky for this week. We're going to look at this for each day of the week, starting first with Monday, November 1st. And as you can see here, we are using the visible sky, which is very different from mainstream astrology. The sign placements are different. For example, I did just say that the new moon is going to be between Virgo and Libra. You may have heard it being in Libra or possibly Scorpio. I haven't checked. But either way, you'll notice the signs are different. So yeah, if you are new to this channel, definitely check out that link down below for more information. And yeah, in mainstream, you will be hearing it talked about in Scorpio. So we're using the visible sky. It does change the signs. And so check out that link if you are new to this channel. All right, so let's go ahead and start with just a bit of an overview of where we're coming into this week. We're definitely finishing the Virgo energies over the coming weeks. Virgo is a very large constellation, so it does take some time. But the sun is leaving Virgo here around the new moon on Thursday. So great week for completion in general. Ending the lunar cycle is always good for completion. And I think with the moon in Virgo for really this whole first half of the week, Monday through Thursday, moon being in Virgo, really is emphasizing this. So finalizing any routines, any habits, anything around personal development, anything we need to fix or improve in our lives, and our work and service. All right, this has been the major theme for about the past couple months, and this is definitely the closeout of that. We'll still, of course, have that energy. Mercury and Mars will still be here moving forward, plus the new moon is still close to Virgo. But I think this is a great intention to set for this week, is finalizing some things here around the improvement-oriented aspects of life. Now, Venus will be going over the galactic center this early part of the week, coming out of deep Ophiuchus and going into more expansive Sagittarius. So the galactic center is perhaps the most transformative part of the sky. It is the death and the rebirth. Ophiuchus is the deeper energies, the healing energies, and what I like to think of as the cocoon of transformation. But coming out of the galactic center, which is what Venus is going to be doing this week, it very much is the butterfly emerging out of the cocoon, the post-transformation. So maybe, midweek there could be some final transformations. They are fundamentally dealing with our values and our relationships and our enjoyments in life, what we want to attract, what we value, what we enjoy. There is a death and a rebirth happening with this. And so anything that does facilitate that, a bit of a yin approach to our enjoyments, to our relationships, allowing for the quote-unquote death of that experience or attachment or whatever it is, then does lead to the transformation. And I think especially once we get to the second half of the week, as Venus does get closer to free-spirited Sagittarius, it really is starting to see that transformation and starting to value more Sagittarius things collectively. So we might enjoy a little bit more adventurousness, maybe some more philosophy, some more abstract knowledge. Things that expand both our mental and literal horizons are certainly going to be the value for the coming weeks, with Venus starting to shift into Sag. All right, so that's really where the bulk of the planets are concentrated. Let's go and take a look at this day by day. So again, the moon will be in Virgo all the way up until Thursday, finishing up the lunar cycle of improvement and refinement. Having said that, we do have some aspects with Mercury, the early part of the week, really all week long, but the early part is the strongest. Coming out of Sunday into Monday, Mercury, planet of mind and communication, trine in good aspect, supported by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, and like Sagittarius, beliefs, philosophies, a lot of this stuff. So coming into the week, I think it's great to let the mind wander a bit, to think big, to expand those perceptions, right, and maybe communicate and discuss things that are more higher or abstract. It's where the practical mind and the abstract mind do have a very good synergy. And this is actually an energy we've already been feeling for quite some time, because Mercury is still just coming out of his shadow from his retrograde. And the first time we had this contact was back September 20th. And then we had the second contact October 3rd. So this has already been going on, And so this energy of, thinking big, expanding our perception, could be finalizing. It could be finalizing into a new belief, a new perspective on life or what's possible in life, which is great. And helping shift things in the right direction there. Now, this is also the case with what we'll start to feel mainly late Monday into Tuesday, which is Mercury square deep Pluto, the ruler of the underworld. And this one's been going on since September 22nd. The second contact was October 1st. And now we have the final contact as well. So this is where, again, nothing new, but, for this time period, this past month plus, it has been very good to allow the mind to go into the underworld, to uncover deep things about ourselves, fears, wounds, things we can transform, also about life, truth, hidden things, bringing all this to the surface, all of this being exposed. And so now this could be the culmination of that, a final awareness, a final understanding perhaps with Mercury about this truth, about this depth, deep stuff, and how to work with it, what it means, right? And this could lead to us feeling quite transformed, quite healed. There's a lot of this transformation energy coming out of this ending phase of this lunar cycle into the new one. But anything around Tuesday you do want to finalize using that deep mind with, or healing energy with, or exposing, bringing to the surface, could be extremely constructive around that time. So yeah, the hallmark of the week is the new moon, and it will be on Thursday for most of us in the world. And so it is the ending and new beginning as well. And in this case, a fresh new start to the lunar cycle. So letting the energies die down as we approach Thursday and completing things. But setting intentions on Thursday around the blend between Virgo and Libra. The Virgo is completing the improvement orientation, which is good to set intentions with still, to have that intention around completing routines and habits, but starting to focus more in terms of Libra, the scales. And the scales is all about balance. And so collectively for the next at least few weeks, but we'll just say for the next lunar cycle, the next lunar month, it is good to see both sides of the coin, right? And how there can always be a middle path, right? The mind naturally wants to divide things into this or that, positive, negative, left, right, up, down. Everything has that kind of polarity. Libra reminds us that there is a centered path, and that any seeming opposition is really two sides of the same coin, or the same coin itself. So it's great for this kind of approach to life. How can we see if there's any, first of all, areas that are out of balance in our life? How can we, realign that balance? How can we be mutually reciprocating in all of our dealings with others and relationships? Libra is very much about how we relate with others, coming to mutual understanding. What does actually benefit us benefits others, and what actually benefits others benefits us. Again, two sides of the same coin. So striving towards some sort of balance, both personally and interpersonally, I think is a great way of working with this new lunar cycle. Now the new moon, of course, I will make a separate video on this, but it will be forming a T-square with the the Uranus-Saturn square that we've had this year, Saturn square Uranus. And this has been a year of really building towards things that are going to lead to more freedom in our life and are a greater reflection of our true selves. And so this is a nice step in the right direction. A lot of planets are now direct. So between now and the end of the year, we'll have the last contact with the Saturn square at the end of the year in December, finalizing this energy. And so between now and then, with this new moon, new beginning, what can we do to finalize these next 2, even 3 months to build towards what is going to give us more freedom in our lives, what speaks more to our true self? Having both stability but also healthy disruption. Saturn's about, building foundations. Uranus is about disrupting those foundations. So how can we healthfully disrupt things that we've built in our life while maintaining some structure and foundations? These are some good intentions, good ways of working with this energy, and particularly this new lunar cycle in that context there. So the sun will be opposite Uranus in this context. And so I think fundamentally balancing the side that wants freedom, wants change, and again, doing it constructively can be great. So then as we get into the Friday, Saturday, we'll slowly start to notice a little more momentum building in the new lunar month. Again, it's a very active lunar month with a lot of the planets direct now, and but just slowly building momentum. And then the week closes out with just an opening. Mercury will be sextile Venus. It's just an opening. It's nothing forced into, nothing major, but there's an opening to enjoy maybe some of that Mercury energy. Again, Mercury rules our minds and our communications. So picking up that book, doing some learning, some reading, maybe sharing ideas, communicating with others. Great weekend for this, really Friday through Sunday. All right. And of course, the moon will be in different constellations here. So as a backdrop, Friday will be very much about Libra, the balance, the scales. Saturday we'll have Scorpio energy, so good for a bit of depth, trust, deep diving, both with ourselves and our relationships. And Sunday a fucus, anything Sunday regarding healing or redeeming the shadows of life, of ourselves, of others, of life in general, can be very healing, very therapeutic as well. But that's a bit of the backdrop to what is fundamentally this new lunar cycle in Libra. All right, everyone. So that is the week in a nutshell. Hope you all have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click the like button if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're not yet signed up for MTZ Insiders, it is a newsletter where you do get these videos released first and other content not normally released on YouTube. So do check the link down below if you'd like to sign up for that. It's absolutely free. But have a great week, everyone. And I'll see you all next time for the next astrology forecast. Take care.